Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy to see you in here. Lots of faces in here early today. I guess we got some pizza fans. Is that what is going on here? I know it's the love for the national holiday today. Gonna start getting my oven heating up here and set it to 425. Noimu. Thank you for that gifty, Ozzy.
Dollar message.
Thank you. And can I get your choice of another cocktail vote, Ozzy? For the monthly challenge? I'll switch over to the view here in a moment. I just want to get the coffee going. Sorry, the previous streams thing is in the way. But Ozzy, I would love your input into what I'm going to be putting in this cutesy little barrel here later this month. Manhattan. Thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate that. How we doing, chat? We having a good day today? Do I have any drinks you want to win? Sure. negates the idea of letting chat choose. Thank you for the follow. Pizza fan. I think we have lots of pizza fans in chat tonight. Batteries are getting weak in my little wand. Oh well, not much froth tonight. Not much bubblage. We'll leave the bubblage to the pizza. But welcome in, everyone. Happy to see so many faces in here today. Cheers. What are you talking about, pineapple pizza buns? Get started with our dough. Oh hey, I should have kept the scale out tonight.
Dollar message.
Ozzy, you wonderful soul. Gifting a sub to Buns as well. Is that another vote for the Manhattan? Like, are you trying to make this a for sure deal here? Welcome in, Mora. Is that what I'm doing, Ozzy? Jim Martini for the tie? Need some warm water for this, for our yeasties. I don't know why I grabbed like cold water. We need hot water. Wow. I mean, I know I cleaned the dishes this morning, so I don't have hot water here, but this is like downright freezing. I don't have a towel tonight. Oops. A little too much. I'll take it. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Wow, I'm going through this bread flour. Still reaching for a towel I don't have tonight. So we'll add some yeasties in here now too. What am I doing? I'm not done with this. We're going to move this off of here. Move this on there. And tear. Salt. Might as well measure that too. Hey, Capitano. Hello, anyone over on Kick. I haven't looked at chat in a moment. I guess I should point out for at least once a stream that I'm streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, and Kick all at once right now. So you can find me on all of those. I don't know, maybe you're switching between other channels and you prefer doing that on YouTube, or you prefer doing that on Trovo. Trovo being essentially Twitch, it's... I forget what if it's... It's one of the Chinese video game companies that owns it. It is interesting. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm giving it a shot. So we got our salt and flour and our yeasties hopefully waking up here. I'll let you watch that fall out of solution and then bounce back up. Oven's saying it's 210? That's surprising. You'll find it first lose around the sides, though it may fall in the center on this case. I'm becoming a little bit of an expert in this after watching these. I'm not saying that I'm becoming an expert in bread yeast because, yeah, there's a lot of science and scientists involved in that. They know that product very well. All the different yeasts in the world. And it isn't just our constant use of bread with yeast, it's all the booze too. Actually, there's a whole lot of different yeasts for brewing. Well, there's probably a ton of different bread yeasts too, but I sort of think of bread yeast as generically bread yeast. Whereas you can have champagne yeast, you can have, all sorts of different alcohol points or flavor notes or... Hello, Nan Reader. We can tell this yeast is definitely alive because we do have some foam and bubbling along the sides. But I'm going to let it go a little bit further. You see it's falling out of the solution in the center now. Make sure that giveaway is set for the right settings. It appears to be. What else do I need to get set up here? Might as well get this out. We're gonna need this. I'm going to be roasting tomatoes, that's why I have tomatoes here. I'll be roasting tomatoes for my own sauce tonight. And I don't know if chat noticed the dinner command, but there's a disgusting number of ingredients that I'm putting on this pizza tonight. Hello, captions. But I have pepperoni, onion. We've got white onion. I'm going to do raw tomato on top of the cooked tomato sauce. Mushrooms, which I'm going to half slice again, or I might actually saute those up. Probably going to saute those up. Because I got sliced mushrooms. It was really the only option that I had there from the store. Like, they had like maybe a handful of nice creminis. Well, they had a handful of loose creminis. They weren't nice. I don't mind pineapple, but I'll go ahead and have my normal pizza complaint rant. The family run the small pizza joints, while many times they're your best option to getting an amazing pie, they're also many times have in the habit of, just opening 10 cans and serving directly from 10 cans and not chopping things to a proper size for a pizza. And you get like giant hunks of pineapple and tons of juice, and it turns into like pizza soup. At the same time, I am the person that made a pineapple pie with a pizza crust. No, exactly, Al Capitano. I took a frozen pizza and then let it defrost and used it like the dough to my crust for my pineapple pie. I don't know if that's in the slideshow or not. It's certainly available if you look. It's probably on my Instagram ages ago. It was a couple years ago now. Delicious. I mean, pineapple and pizza. I mean, you take and just go the other ratio with it, as long as you aren't doing it and serving it to someone like a piece of pizza. See, now it's bubbling back up. Oh, we need to turn autofocus off. I rebooted it, the computer since the last stream. Which, sort of good, because everything needed to update apparently. Like, bots updated, OBS updated. I'm surprised that things are working. I'm surprised that, like, my audio isn't broken. Yeah, I'm surprised my audio isn't broke. Thank you for the follow. No Cacciatore fans? Add our yeast to our flour. Over on the cutting board. Alright, we're gonna let that rest for a bit before I need that. And while we're letting this sit a nice 10-20 minutes, I'll cut up these tomatoes. I hope it doesn't take me more than 10 minutes to cut a couple of tomatoes. I would, yeah. Just, it's not going to take me 10 minutes. And we're leaving one for dicing up for topping. The rest we're going to roast in the oven. Romas. These are Roma tomatoes, if you're not familiar, which probably the most common sauce tomato that you can find in the US. However, everyone hears sauce tomato and they think San Marzano. It seems rather quick. I thought that was on a 3-minute timer. Three-minute cooldown. El Capitano getting them sprinkles. Hello, Cosmic. I'm only bringing these together really to make sure I don't waste as much oil coating them. Yeah, let's use spray oil for this. Pump oil. Salt them. Alright, those are going to go in the oven. Now we can spread them out a bit more. Get a little more airflow around them so they roast a little bit better. and into the oven. Oh, by the way, chat, I made it all nice and shiny. Let me fix the camera here. I replaced my guard on that one, so we got a nice new shiny bottom. Alright, so now we got our dough. Go back to our dough. Oh, let's set a timer for these tomatoes. Roast those for a good 40 minutes. It's a glossy bottom. Only the finest Teflon sheets for shot. Which I do recommend and find amazing if you do have a gas range. These things are amazing. They're you can find them online. Don't know if they're making them. Certain they're horrible for the environment, but they have Teflon sheets that you can place underneath so nothing sticks from the droppings from your pans or anything like that at all. I mean, the real problem down there is oil, but so you don't want oil to build up, but and it's not going to protect everything. You still got to clean it eventually. Rather wet dough, but this should need eventually come into a ball. Nope. We're doing okay. It's just a wet dough to knead. There's a fair number of breads and doughs that require slap folding, which is sort of what I'm doing. I'm not really being very slap foldy about it. I'm not doing that action. But it's pulling away from the board. And high hydration doughs are just another way for you to get rise out of your dough when you're baking it, because the water boiling is going to create bubbles too, not just the yeast. It's like The yeast is another form of on top of it compared to, say, like puff pastry, where the layers are created by the butter boiling. So you can see it's holding more and more into a ball, which is what we're after. Sad dad joke. Like, that's actually a sort of misconception that a lot of people that are first starting into baking have, is that their doughs aren't all these silky smooth, doesn't stick to your skin, doesn't stick to the board. They're all going to be that same hydration. It's not lemon? It's not lemon? How you Trovo peoples doing tonight? How's the Kick peoples doing tonight? I haven't looked over there since I got a follower. Bun's over there spamming up Kick. Ah, it's stuck to me. This is obviously much easier to do if you got yourself a nice dough hook for your stand mixer, or if you're you can actually do this in a food processor too, to a certain degree. Darn it. I didn't want to stop the music. This one is taking a while to knead, though. Maybe partly because I'm not as effective with kneading it, because it's so wet and sloppy. Alternative to the bench scraper, though, is you could add a bunch of flour in here and absolutely ruin your hydration percentage and get a dough is nowhere near what you actually want for Detroit style pizza. Jesse Molly, you have to type !! scramble in order to join into the scramble to guess. Or at least for the bot to acknowledge your guess. Maybe you don't care. Namely, number one, it's in a pan like this. It's cooked with the sauce placed on top of the cheese. And I'm not using the correct cheese for tonight. I'm using mozzarella, which normally you have Wisconsin brick cheese, which is a white, high-fat cheese especially compared to mozzarella, that is cut into cubes or chunked on top, so it sort of like peeks through the sauce and melts over it eventually, but it's actually underneath the sauce when it goes in the oven. And then the crust, we're working with a rather wet dough here. It's a very bubbly crust. Cheese goes to the edges, gets lots of crisping and browning and frico. There's a number of hallmarks to a Detroit style. Till it gets to a level that I'm good with it. If you're using a machine, you can probably time it pretty accurately, but by hand it boils down to how effectively you're kneading it. We're getting to the point where it's, holding together pretty well. So we're getting close. I suspect this took me considerably longer because I was doing it by hand than with a machine. Not just easier with a machine, but quicker. It'll be melty and cheesy, but it won't be the same cheese. I mean, you'll make a fine pizza, but it's not going to be, in my opinion, authentic Detroit style. The dough will be. If you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't think of... I guess Buddy's does everything on their everything pizzas. Speaking of that, I haven't seen much. They were talking about Buddies being bought, and I read a while back about them being bought and the new owners wanting to expand the concept. They don't seem to have done that. I don't know. Maybe they have and I haven't noticed. I haven't heard anything about Buddies outside of Michigan. Buddy's Rendezvous is the original pizza joint for, well, one of the claims. For original Detroit style pizza maker. Nice hand reader. yes, they are similar. Detroit style is more about the actual crust to the pizza, using cast iron or cast pans or solid pans with oil, getting that crisp outside. Sicilian's a little bit more about the dough just being that nice, thicker but lighter, fluffier dough. Alright, I'm happy with that now that that's pulling away from the board nicely like that. We're going to set that right there. And oil a bowl. Actually, that's going to fit in there pretty well. Oil a bowl. So we'll allow that to proof for a bit. We're going to wait for that to double. Anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. You're not going to be risking it if you leave it 2 hours without looking at it. Thank you for the follow. And so we can get working on some of these toppings here. Now that we're done dealing with dough. Well, I'm not done dealing with dough. In fact, we're sort of just getting started, but you get what I mean. So my hosts are slicing and dicing everything tonight. tonight are to make them a size suitable for putting on a pizza. Quit sticking. Actually cut, please. There we go. I swear that Taco Bell buys the tops of these tomatoes from some producer, because like 90% of their stuff looks like it is that piece. Like, the tomatoes on their tacos are like all like this. We need container bowls, or topping bowls. Bowls for toppings. There's one more layer there, I can see it. Why don't you want peel? There we go. I don't need all that onion for this project tonight. Yeah, give me one moment here. We got following cameras, if I turn them on, all over the place. Give it a moment to warm up. So we got following cameras all over the place here. I didn't mean to stop that. I didn't mean to stop the music. I stopped the music, chat. Would have made my life a heck of a lot easier if I just put that half and half down there. Didn't have to avoid it. Let's get all these meats out. Let's get all these meats out. And these peppers out. Nope. Just noping out of that one. I'll get around to music in a second here, chat. Actually, this is really all I need for the pizza. I'll throw these back in the fridge. What kind of peppers are these? These are just sweet peppers, like a bell pepper. However, they sell them in big bags around me in the supermarkets. And it's a much better, I think it's a much better price point. Because these small little ones, they'll last a decent while in the fridge. And you can have some more fun with them. They're a little bit better because I'm going to make rings tonight for on top of my pizza. But they're just sweet peppers. It's also a convenience thing. It's a little like having a stock kitchen thing with the peppers, because I doubt they're a good deal for people that don't use pepper a lot. But someone like me who's using pepper, I'd say at least once a week, if not probably 2 to 3 times a week, I'm going to go back, and so it makes more sense. If you're only going to buy peppers once a month or something like that, yeah, just buy a bell pepper. Like, don't do this because I'm saying do this if you cook at home a lot. Alright, let's cook some bacon and some other meat. Normally I'd throw the bacon in the oven. But I'm not going to tonight. Oh, what's going on bad in the world tonight? I'm getting alerts. And bumping microphones trying to find out what the alerts are. Purely because I just don't want to get my cutting board dirty with the bacon. That'll be perfectly fine on my cutting board because it's been cured and smoked, but still. Kitchen stuff. Yay for kitchen stuff. Have you made your first home-cooked meal yet? I'm gonna have all sorts of meat in my refrigerator here for a minute, because I don't know if I'm gonna use most of this for a little while. I might have to find some creative uses for some of this meat. Creative meat use. Oh, over on the stove. Zoom right. There we go. Now you can see what I'm actually doing. Actually, I don't get a whole lot of X-rated stuff out of Google anymore. Does chat? Like, I don't get the you know, random stuff in chat in Google anymore. Like, if you search it out, sure. I say this as someone who has, you know, ad blocking of multiple forms. Nah, those tomatoes are going to go another 10 minutes. I'm not normally one to... Did I mention this already? I normally go straight for the oven with bacon. But since I'm just doing 2 pieces... Oven bacon is the best from a cook's perspective, I think. You know, it's perfectly flat most of the time. It chops easily. It crisps nicely. You can control how long and how easy it is to cook. The pan makes, like, I'm certain my dad, who's a lover of, like, bubbles and pizza and the curly potato chip and that, would much prefer the pan curled up. And that's another thing, like, I'll just oftentimes just do a whole pack. Like, I'm doing 2 pieces of bacon tonight. Like, normally I'll do like a whole package. Although it is sort of feeling to me like I might have gone a little light. I maybe should have done a 3rd strip. Oh well. It's not like I don't have pork sausage and ground beef also on this pizza. And there's our Italian sausage. $80-20 beef. Dubers, you gotta type !scramble to join into the scramble. And because I sort of hacked it together, you got to do it for each round if you'd like to join in and get some sprinkles. So you can feel free to just tell chat the answer. That works too. It'd be poofing. It's rounded out and filled out the bowl. I shorted myself. I need more. I use that on meat, so we need to throw that over there. Hey, Mel. I think I'm just going to mix these together in the same pan. Oh, hey, we can fix the focus on that. I did that on the cutting board, but not on this one. Let's make that so chat can actually see what's going on here. Boom. And if there's anything left over, my solution is probably going to throw it with rice or maybe with pasta and giardiniera off stream. So I'm not going to be too concerned if I mix up my Italian sausage and my ground beef here. They're both going to be on the pizza that way, right? Okay, this is the wrong spoon for this, or the wrong thing for this. Right tool for the job helps. Makes less noise on the headphone users too. Yeah, now I'm going to slice some of it up. Tomatoes out of the oven from roasting. Over on the stove. Nope, still need to deal with that too. Let's get all the raw proteins out of the way. running out of bowls. That sounds more like a kid's joke than a dad joke. You know, that's like the type of joke that the maybe 10, 12-year-old, maybe I'm stretching there with 12, you know, says and then laughs and then runs away. Over on the cutting board. Flame back on the stove. Like I said, chat, my options for mushrooms were pretty slim tonight. Please don't criticize these. These are pretty sad looking for mushrooms. Yeah, these are looking pretty sad. Give that a moment to warm up again. Zoom right. Zoom right. Gotta do it by hand, I guess. So, garlic. Sad looking mushrooms. I'm cooking the mushrooms ahead of time because they are so thick. You notice how thick these things are? Like, if I want to put mushrooms on a pizza, I want them essentially shaved. Or pre-cooked. Hey, Undamaged. Welcome, welcome. We're doing okay. We've got our Italian sausage and beef, our bacon, white onion, tomato, peppers, sauteing up some mushrooms. With some garlic in there. Those are needing even more oil. We got roasted tomatoes on the stove, on the other half of the stove, that I'm going to use to make my sauce. We're doing okay. We be doing okay. Please, Chad, I'm not proud of these mushrooms. I'm sorry. We got our dough proofing. Got our pepperoni already pre-done. Black olives already pre-sliced. Nice, Mel. Hey, Zeeks, welcome in. I'm going to take the tomatoes from the oven, throw those in my blender. Yeah, the Four Sigma stuff is actually pretty good. It's just too pricey to drink on a normal basis for me. And there are there's a lot of pseudoscience for reishi mushrooms and what they can do for the gut, and lion's mane, and I'm just gonna cook these mushrooms way well done. Yeah, mushroom powder can be misleading, though. I don't trust a lot of powders and stuff like that, so I mean, even with the teas being from... who knows what's really in that powder? Now we're going into shallot. Along with the tomatoes, we're going to add some shallot, some dried thyme, Trovobots, you're testing my... You're testing me, Trovobots. Okay, we're turning the mushrooms off now. Gonna leave those in the pan though and let them continue to cook a little bit while I go back to shallot. Alright, I'm just taking the outer layer off. Tired of fussing. Are you gonna peel clean on this side? over on the cutting board. Ah. Ooh. Doobers! Thank you for that new sub. For those who contribute to the stream, I have a monthly project every month. And this month, I'm doing a barrel-aged cocktail. And so, I would love your input on what I should be filling in there. Whether it's a Liqueur, which is rye cognac, sweet vermouth, and various bitters. A Martinez, which is gin with vermouth, maraschino liqueur, and Angostura bitters, which is the most common bitters. Those are the bitters that you all know when you ask for bitters at a bar. Negroni, which is a gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. A Manhattan, which is a bourbon, vermouth, and Angostura bitters. Still haven't pronounced that properly tonight. And gin martini, the last choice possible. Gin with sweet vermouth and orange bitters. Do you have a preference of what I should be making later on this month? I'm going to go ahead and move these mushrooms from the pan. Manhattan. Manhattan takes the lead. Alright, back over on the pan, same pan again. Oil. too much oil. More oil than you would normally want for frying this. Ingredient next to the cheese. Bacon, white onion, tomato, sweet peppers, Italian sausage and ground beef, mushrooms and garlic. There's no cheese on the counter. Oh, all I put in there was thyme. Okay, so we got shallots now in that oil. Turn the heat off in that pan now. They're just sitting with the pan heat, cooking them through. Adding dried basil and dried oregano. If I can find where I put my dried oregano. All the way over there. In with our roasted tomatoes. We'll pull all that off and put that into our blender here. Not rusting the hot pan on the plastic. It's a great way to melt and ruin your blender. It's also a great way to ruin your camera. I'm guessing this is 400, maybe even higher. Out high as we go, high as we can. Well, 400 is good to start for now. 400 is fine for now. Alright, I think we're going to blend this next. We'll blend up our tomatoes. Which means I have to mute chat, or rather mute myself from chat. Interesting. Why does that button never want to work right? Alright, so we got the beginnings of our sauce here. I'm going to also add, I've already added dry basil in there. I'm going to add a bunch of freeze-dried basil in there too. This has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I have way too much freeze-dried basil, and I'm just sort of using it up. Hey, Penguin. Wow, I've completely silenced my earbud at this point. Let's see, chat. How low did I get it to be? We're down to 19%. Wow, that's loud now. I'm not going to stress over the little bit of dough that's stuck on the spatula from earlier. So there's our pizza sauce tonight. A little bit browner because I roasted the tomatoes. It's not that perfectly vivid, just cooked sauce tomatoes. Haven't tried this mozzarella brand before. They're a local brand, I think. Yep, made in Sonoma. But unlike the way I normally do my mozzarella, I'm gonna chop this into cubes, sort of like you would Wisconsin brick cheese. So hopefully we get a somewhat similar melt. I doubt it though, because I have no idea what the actual size of their cubing is and all that. Thank you for the follow. And actually there's a decent amount of cheese on a Detroit style. Anywhere from 8 to 12 ounces. Like, It's got some of that old school mozzarella flavor to it. I'm okay with that. We'll have to see how it melts, but might be hard to distinguish because I got some of the cheap. Well, not the. This isn't the cheapest cheese, but you get what I mean, chat. It ain't. Wow, we're getting there, and the dough is not ready yet. I mean, I got the cheese ready. Punch down time. Got ahead of myself. We need to oil our pan. No, I threatened to do so, Penguin. But I actually made this during the stream tonight. I'm gonna allow that to rest for a little bit. Oh, no worries, Penguin. But yeah, I was talking about starting it ahead of time, and then I looked at the recipes, and like basically none of the recipes out there were let it rest overnight. I guess that's just normal pizza dough. I guess normal pizza dough you gotta wait longer. Why am I getting that noise? Now it seems to have stopped. And then it comes back. I guess I'll just turn off the fan. Maybe it's the fan doing that. I can do that. I can wash my hands. I was a little too rough with my dough, and I got a couple of holes forming here. They'll pinch closed when it begins to rise again, but we're gonna have to wait on this dough to rise again. Marinade! Oh hey, we can use these now too. They're still usable. Sun-dried tomatoes. Stuff the crust with cheese. No. It's gonna ruin everything that's good about a Detroit-style crust. This ain't no Pizza Hut. I don't know if I've had a stuffed crust pizza that I liked. Like, I mean, it's pretty hard for pizza to be unlikable, but it's probably a good first step in my opinion. No, that's Ozzy. Ozzy loves Papa John's. I would take Little Caesars over Papa John's, regardless of price. Yeah, local chains is the best bet anyways. Yeah, that's what I said, captions. I think I'm going to do a little cleanup here while we're waiting on our bread to poofs. I guess I'm supposed to tightly wrap this in plastic while we're waiting on it to proof a second time. So I'll follow that direction. Seems like a little bit of a waste of plastic, but I feel like when I started streaming, I would get people complaining about the amount of plastic and the amount of paper I use. And since COVID And since then everyone started getting everything delivered at home, that went away. Well, I'm going to use whatever I want to anyways, but it doesn't change. Like, I've had people bother me about the fact that I'm using meat on stream. I don't care. You don't want to eat meat? That's fine. Yeah, Trovobots, thanking my mods. Is that Hank Hill in chat? Sorry, Penguin. I would choose propane. I would choose. I would choose charcoal. Although at the same time, I probably wouldn't choose the charcoal that most people would choose. Because I want to try and find some. I've seen it, but I haven't found it even looking online. Well, I've seen it like occasionally on Amazon at like a stupid high price. But I want to get the nice, large, packed charcoal, like solid pieces of wood charcoal. You know, like instead of Kingsford, where, you know, there's been people on YouTube that have burnt out Kingsford and proven that it's got mining tailings mixed in with the charcoal to bulk it up. I wouldn't dare buy one myself, but at the same time, I would probably recommend to most people to get a pellet grill if they're really interested in trying smoking, if they're trying to do a little more outdoor grilling, because it's probably the best flavor you can get, best control you can get. I mean, they're all the more modern ones. I'm never going to get something like that myself, but yep. Now see, I don't want, like, there's a couple of them out there. Most of the ones that are doing the simple pizza ovens outside, I don't think they're versatile enough. I talked about this the other day in Discord, like it was maybe a month ago now, but like the Uni and several other ones that are similar to that. Sure, they can handle a 12-inch pizza or even a 16-inch maybe. They don't have a full... They don't have the option for a real large pizza to begin with. And second, they don't have the height. Like, if I want a wood-fired oven or a cooking oven for that sort of a thing, I want one with some actual size to it. I want something almost the size of this one down here so that I can put actual loaves of bread in there and other things. You know, you can do a lot of really cool things with like overnight cooking in a wood-fired oven because you have that nice brick retaining the heat. There's all sorts of dishes they have where you can do like a sealed dish and leave it in there and let it just bake overnight. A lot of slow cooker type stuff. Yeah, I got my pizza stone going in my oven. We're going to turn the oven up to my oven's max, which is only 525. Pepperoni. Welcome, Troverers. Let's see, we had anyone hanging out with us. We've had a couple people visit us on YouTube. Induction's nice. I like induction. The problem with induction, and it really depends on buying the right range to begin with, but induction ovens, they have coils in them. The coils handle the rapidly transitioning between to create the heat, and they have a lifetime. A lot of times they're only a couple of years. And so if you get one of these ranges that's an induction range and it doesn't have coils that you can replace, or it's got replacement coils that you can only buy from them, sort of a thing. I actually haven't researched that. They're probably all proprietary, but you want to research that if you're buying yourself an induction range. You want coils that are going to have a decent lifetime, and you don't want to have to replace your whole range when the coils die. I say 3 to 5 years on the coils. That is with regular, proper, heavy duty, regular use. Like, that's from me listening to people in the industry with the portable ones like I have and things like that. They all have a very use-based lifetime. Taleggio. No one likes the stinky cheese. No one likes stinky cheese. Oh, Taleggio is... It's a pretty well-known cheese. It's not... Okay. You're now, like, super gone. Just to let everyone out there in Trovo know, because apparently this seems to be a problem. If you're going to be spamming my chat with shit about buying things or asking me to follow your channel, you're just going to get banned. I'm just done with this. Like, I'm debating just cutting Trovo off entirely. So our dough's rested a little bit more. I'm going to give this another stretch. Another attempt at a stretch. I need one more container for these sun-dried tomatoes. Trying to keep the plastic. I don't think that would be horrible. I don't know if I would put figs and pineapple together. The rest of that would be okay, though. Like, I'm okay with bechamel and figs. I'm okay with bechamel and pineapple. So we're going to give that another 10-15 minutes. I think I'm going to actually take a little bit of an AFK tonight, chat. Go sit down and relax for a couple minutes while our oven preheats and while this dough just proofs a bit more. No C's, Dubers. Good try, though. Alright, I'm going to be back here in, 10-15 minutes.
Off into space. Man, that takes real teamwork. And here's a team of junior spacemen with an out-of-this-world breakfast that teams up V8 juice and Cheerios for flavor and energy. What a treat! A flavorful glassful of refreshing V8 juice and Cheerios with power protein, plus vitamin B1 for Go Power. And now, here's a special out-of-this-world free offer. This Moon Rocket Kit, both a toy and an exciting game. First, blast off. It separates in midair and lands 2 spacemen on a moon map. You get this wonderful game only through this free offer. Send your name and address and 1 V8 label plus 1 box top from these specially marked packages of Cheerios, Kix, or Frostios to Moon Rocket Kit, Mount Vernon 10, New York. Get Campbell's V8 cocktail vegetable juice with any one of these Big G cereals.
Here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even if you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Yes, thousands can tell you that calometric control is the only safe, sure, effective way to reduce. Now, this package contains the Wonder 10-Day Diet that gives you 3 delicious meals a day, plus a bedtime snack, even includes a jog for your willpower. Yet you take only 3 calometric tablets a day. And here's the sensational free offer. A 30-day supply of wonderful calometric tablets. A certified $3.50 value when you buy the regular calometric way to weight control. You save $3.50. Now, that's a $7 value for only $3.50. A 50% saving. And how can you get your free bottle of calometric tablets? Well, just send in this calometric box top with your name and address. Your druggist will give you a postage-paid envelope already addressed to the calometric company. Now, don't lose hope. Lose weight. Get calometric reducing formula at your drugstore. Send the box top in the free postage-paid envelope. Get your $3.50 bottle of calometric tablets free. Don't wait. Act now.
Everybody needs energy-packed Sunbeam bread. Yes, it's all aboard for fun in the park, but Junior hasn't got energy enough for fun. He'd sure like to ride that horse. Hey, what's this? An energy-packed Sunbeam sandwich. You bet every delicious slice of Sunbeam bread sure does pack a big energy wallop. There's nothing like Sunbeam Energy to help you stay on the beam. Now, look at them go. On Sunbeam Energy, they sure do enjoy life. Everybody needs the kind of real zip and zing pep that delicious Sunbeam bread gives you. Yes, stay on the beam with energy-packed Sunbeam bread. All day long, eat Sunbeam bread and renew energy as you burn it up. Eat delicious Sunbeam bread.
Yes, sir. If you want real entertainment, the best place to find it is in front of a General Electric Black Daylight Big-as-Life television set. Sports, comedy, drama, news, music. Yes, they're all yours merely at the turn of a dial. This model has a big 16-inch black rectangular tube that lets you see everything that the camera sees, true to life and as big as life. Sparkling contrast and sharp focus give you pictures of such clarity that you feel you're right there on the scene. The cabinet, designed and constructed by America's leading cabinet makers, fits gracefully into any type of room. Genuine mahogany veneers, hand-rubbed for lasting beauty and durability, are just one example of the painstaking attention to every detail, which makes this cabinet one that you'll be proud to have in your home. The precision engineering and careful assembly techniques used in making this General Electric Black Daylight television set are your assurance of television at its finest. See it in operation at your General Electric dealers tomorrow. And when you see it, well, you'll know that you're seeing the best.
Univac, the giant electronic brain made only by Remington Rand, takes business statistics from magnetic tape, letters, numbers, and punctuation marks, processing them through its electronic circuits at phenomenal speeds. Univac can compute payrolls electronically, then produce printed checks in a flash. Over 8,000 checks an hour with this high-speed printer. Univac leads the field of electronic computing.
Satisfying cups of pleasure. A coffee break makes the moment right. Fresh aroma, friendly flavor. Make it coffee, make it often, make it right.
To brighten any moment.
Make it coffee.
To enjoy that fresh aroma.
Make it often.
Make it up fresh each time in a clean container. And for full flavor,
Make it right.
and here's how. For each cup of fresh drawn water, use one approved measure of your favorite coffee. That's all, one approved measure per cup.
Satisfying cups of pleasure. A coffee break makes the moment bright. Fresh aroma,
Chef Boyardee. Perhaps you have seen my picture on Chef Boyardee products at your grocer's. Today, I want to tell you about a wonderful dinner for three. A dinner that only costs about 15 cents a serving. It's my own Chef Boyardee spaghetti dinner with meat sauce or mushroom sauce. It all comes in one carton. A full half pound of tender, quick-cooking spaghetti, 10 full ounces of rich, tasty sauce, and to top it off, a whole can of zippy grated cheese. A wonderful food. So ask your grocer for Chef Boyardee spaghetti dinner with meat or mushroom sauce, won't you? And look for other Chef Boyardee's products. They're also delicious, they're also nourishing, and they help keep the cost of your meals down. Chef Boyardee's products are at best grocers.
Ask for Chef Boyardee's spaghetti dinner. Only about 15 cents a serving.
Something new has been added. The General Electric portable mixer now has a drink mixer for delicious shakes and juice drinks in quicker than a shake. An extra attachment at no extra cost. This GE portable mixer weighs less than 3 pounds, yet it's powerful enough to blend the heaviest batter. Also mixes sauces at the range. It has low speed for cookie dough, medium speed for beating frostings, and high speed for whipping egg whites. And look, this handy push button releases the beaters at a touch. And no dangling cord. You can remove the cord so it stores neatly on the wall. Comes in 4 decorator colors. See it at your GE dealers. Does any mixing job anywhere.
No, Jane and Ann aren't the Crest testers here. Their daddy is. You see, Crest also showed it worked for older people like the Allbrands before it became recognized effective against cavities. Jim, when were you in this toothpaste test?
Back in college.
Let's show the story filmed at a recent reunion. Well, Jim, how did you become part of this toothpaste test?
The dentists at Indiana University asked us to.
Did many others join you in the test?
Quite a few. 246, as a matter of fact.
Did every one of you use Crest in this test?
We use Crest. Their side, regular toothpaste.
Do anything special?
No. Everyone brushed as usual for 2 years.
But your group had?
34% fewer cavities with Crest.
You know what's happened since these tests, Mrs. Allbrand?
Well, a lot of us use Crest.
And Crest has become the only toothpaste recognized effective against cavities by the American Dental Association. Their Council on Dental Therapeutics reports Crest has been shown to be an effective decay-preventive dentifrice that can be of significant value when used in a conscientiously applied program of oral hygiene and regular professional care. What's your program, Mrs. Allbrand?
Wash between meal treats, brush often, and have regular checkups.
And use Crest, of course. Crest with Fluorostan, the only toothpaste recognized effective against cavities.
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. I think that'll do it just fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts, and they are colossal. Now, I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy-style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
Welcome back, chat. Back from the AFK. Back from sitting down and resting my back for a moment. Not that I really needed to, but we're just chilling here waiting for the dough to proof. Cheese is a snack. So we got our dough. Been sitting here under the plastic since I left. And I think I'm ready to go with this, I think. It's perhaps on the light side. Maybe a little more proofing I would like. I'm going to live with it though. We'll start off with our pepperonis. Toppings first for this, chat, since we're doing it somewhat Detroit style. Not 100% authentic. I don't have the exact cheese. I haven't practiced the dough, so this is not this is my normal dough or anything silly like that. I think that looks okay with everything else that's going on there. We'll throw a little bit of our sun-dried tomato on there. Add our bacon. Mushrooms. Mushrooms and garlic, rather. Our Italian sausage and ground beef. Sweet peppers. Sweet pepper slices, rather. Rounds. White onion. Diced tomato. Does this qualify as an everything pizza, chat? Am I fulfilling that role tonight, chat? Well, everything but anchovy pizza tonight. Black olives. And finally, we get to doing some cheese here. Finally, we're getting to actually putting some cheese on this. Let's see, does that still fit in? No, that doesn't fit. That doesn't fit. Making sure to get the chunks of cheese to the corners on this pie. We definitely want some cheesy corners. Did I stop the music, or the music just between songs? I think I stopped it. I feel like this is like the Ghostbusters song. From this playlist. And so this is sort of how, well, the sauce would go on the top of this at this point. But this is sort of how a Detroit pizza goes in the oven. I am going to add a bit more mozzarella in the shredded type because I have this stuff around and want to use some of it up. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little of this lightly over the top of this to go with the rest. Yep, Penguin. We're getting there. Except it's not. This is the wrong tool for this job. That's too big of a tool for this job. Let's use a spoon. Now we have my homemade roasted tomato sauce that we're going to put on here as essentially like two solid lines. Something like that. There we go, chat. And let's use up the rest of this sauce. There, chat. I ended up with too many mushrooms, too many onions. few too many tomatoes and a few too many peppers. We can mix these together. I'll throw these together with rice or something. And pepperoni, but pepperoni is pretty up there on my list of snack foods. Not in love with the way that these sun-dried tomatoes looked, so I went light on them. I'm tossing the last of them out. The sauce will spread out, the cheese will spread out too. It's not going to be perfectly coated, but that's sort of like the part of the allure in my mind, that not every bite is the same. You know, some bites you get lots of cheese, some bites you get lots of sauce. And, you know, some bites you get lots of ooey gooey cheese and crust and frico. Alright, this is going in the oven now, chat. Bottom rung on the pizza stone. Oven's been hot for a while at 525. Let's see how we do with this. Nice up close there. It's a relatively quick bake. Just under 20 minutes here. It's certainly not a pizza bake, like your typical traditional pizza bake. But only a couple minutes longer, because your pizza is, you know, pizza is 10 minutes. At least in my oven. I don't think I'm trusting the rest of these mushrooms either. Those mushrooms were not looking all that hot. Been sweating all night. That's what you meant, right, Buns? Clean up all of our sides here and everything while that's baking in the oven. Oh, I didn't set a timer for that, did I? No. Let's set a timer for that. I also didn't sprinkle the top of this with Parmesan. If you watched me in the past and seen me do pizzas in the past, I quite often throw some Parmesan over the top of the pie. I really like it for the speckling it gets on the crust for a traditional crust. And so, you recommending porn to my chat, Buns? Is he like the weather girls that used to be on the internet? Yeah, no. I don't feel like getting banned. And Twitch would ban me for that. Like, I know there's, like, exceptions for exercising and stuff like that now, but... I already have one, Ozzy. There's nothing on it. Don't. I wanted to make an OnlyPans for OnlyFans, but the joke got too used beforehand, so I didn't do it. I didn't go through with it. I was just gonna post photos of my cast iron. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a fun stream. I know I lost half of you with the AFK, but we're getting there. It's in the oven, chat. Thank you for the follow, Chris Lowe. Even though that was like an hour ago. I'm excited to eat the pizza. And I'm gonna have to wait for it to cool. Ooh. What goodies you unloading? Someone says they're unloading stuff, and I sort of feel like they're trying to get rid of it. I never think of unloading things as something like it's either something you're doing for work or it's something you're getting rid of. I don't think of unloading as a word that someone uses when they're like, you know, I'm unloading the, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my butt, but that's an interesting one. How many people out there unpack and how many people out there use the drawers in their hotel? Like, I might unpack things and hang them in the closet, sort of a thing. Like, I don't want them to be super wrinkly from being packed up. But as far as the drawers, I don't touch drawers. Like, underwear stays in the suitcase, socks stay in the suitcase. Pants typically stay folded in the suitcase. But I might pull out the shirts. I'm smelling the oven. The oven be smelling good. Nice, Ozzy. Are chargers still the #1 thing left behind in hotels? I know they at least used to be. I don't know if all hotels do this. I should know this because I know a fair number of people that work in hotels. But I'm sitting here wondering, I wonder if all of them are the same way that one chick used to be that I used to talk to ages ago, who was like a late night hotel, and I'd be up all night on the internet chatting to people. And she used to talk about how much it was on the internet, so let's not. Who knows if it was? Anyways, but they were talking about how they're having to fill out all this stuff all the time for police and for the FBI and stuff like that. Like half of the time when people would come in, they would flag things and they'd have to fill out paperwork. A soundbar and a subwoofer left in his... Wow. That sounds more like I don't know where I lost it than a wouldn't claim it. Then again, maybe it was stolen. And they just didn't care. I came across one of those drivers today. One of those... It looks like they stole it and don't care about the thing. Like, blatantly cut me off. And then was, like, passing people illegally later on. Like, ugh. That's funny, Chris. It probably works, too. They probably, well... The problem with that is nowadays you have to get chargers that are of a decent quality to not mess your phone up. But otherwise, yeah, that sounds like a great plan. Like, get a free charger every time you take a trip. Yeah, I did. They had to declare an emergency in LA because the 10 freeway is shut down and basically... Well, it's relatively close to the heart of LA. The fire got hot enough that it was melting metal, and they're worried about the structure. But, like, apparently fires can get even hot enough that they can ruin the structure of the metal inside of the concrete. Yeah. Like baking it. Like... because I don't remember where it was, but I remember this was a long time ago. But I remember reading about a situation sort of similar to what happened in LA, where they had a gazillion pallets apparently underneath, like it was a pallet company or something, underneath the freeway there. I remember a situation where a gas tanker like blew up underneath a overpass, and the heat from all of that gas burning or oil or whatever it was. Same thing as with all of these pallets. Actually, it sounds like they don't even really know what all burned in that place. When I saw the update about it today, they were talking about them having to have hazmat people go in and verify that, you know, that nothing's in there toxic for the people that are going to be working on the road. That sounds like a good goal, Mel. That sounds like a great goal. Just don't lose anything else trying to remember the AirPods. Now that's a surpriser to me. You know, chat with their mind in the gutter all the time. They're not thinking of the word skirt. I've actually been digging these. They're like, they give me hassle and I complain about them on stream all the time. But actually, these have been a really nice set of earbuds, the ones that I'm using right now. And they cost me a whole $30. I'm trying to think with the, from Earfun. They came recommended by, I think it was the New York Times, actually. Hi, chat. I got up all close with the camera there because that's where I keep my earbuds. It's where I charge my earbuds and my microphone. But yeah, they work pretty good. I mean, I'm not some audiophile. Not that earbuds are really what audiophiles are going to go for anyways. No, close-up cams should still be there, Ozzy. Why aren't all of them up there? That's a pizza alarm. Chat's apparently more interested in looking at me than at the pizza. Still sizzling, still bubbling. And take the back of my blade and just sort of separate this slightly from the pan. That way when it constricts a little bit, it keeps all the good stuff from the pan with it. You can see got some nice brown going on here with our crust. You can't see that on the screen right now, but the crust is nice and golden brown. If you're looking here, there, you can see some nice golden brown. Miss Molly! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome, everyone! Thank you for that raid, everybody. Miss Molly. Miss Molly makes. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for that raid. How have you been? What is new? What's happening? I'm doing everything pizza with a Detroit style crust tonight, and as you can see, I've just pulled the final product out of the oven. We're allowing it to cool for a couple of minutes before I chop into it. What were we making today, Miss Molly? What great things have we created tonight? Hello to all of you joining me. I'm Jason. I stream 4 nights a week here on Twitch. Food and drink. Doing all sorts of fun stuff. I'm also streaming on YouTube, Trovo, and Kick, as well as Twitch right now. So you're welcome to find me over there. Sausage rolls, like caliche. Buffalo chicken dip. I've never tried making a buffalo chicken dip. That sounds like that would be pretty good. Yeah, I got all sorts of falling cameras over here, chat. This one's not turned on right now, though. I don't have quite as many cameras. Well, maybe I'm catching up to you, Molly. But, yeah. You got a few cameras that you can choose from these days. We got some nice color going, I think. We got some nice browning to the crust. It's not just the cheese in the corners there. But for my chat, if you're unfamiliar with Miss Molly Makes, she is one of the OG food creators here on Twitch. And has all sorts of cameras all over her home. I think she has like a pantry camera along with several other ones. So, you should give her a check out. Alright, I think I'm going to try and unmold this. I think it's time to try and put this on a cutting board. Actually, let's take a quick photo before I try and unmold this. And as you might or might not be able to tell, with channel points you can change what camera and what view there is. So you can play around with that. The main camera that you're seeing right now, the angled camera, which is right over here, is actually my original front view camera. That was my original camera that I started streaming with. We're going to take this, take it off of my foldable trivet. So chat can see the bottom there. I'm going to cheat and go back to that. So So you can see the bottom of that's nice and golden brown, bubbly. Take a photo of this hole and then I'll chop it up. And for those just joining in, also, so this is in the US, this is National Pizza with Everything But Anchovies Day. And so I'm sort of following the national holiday here for the States. I don't know if this is really everything but anchovies, but we do have a laundry list of ingredients on this pizza tonight. There is bell peppers, my own roasted tomato sauce, mozzarella. I did mozzarella instead of Wisconsin brick cheese, so I'm using an untraditional cheese here for Detroit style. We got bacon, Italian sausage, ground beef, olives, onions, raw tomato, sun-dried tomato, garlic, mushrooms. Lots of loveliness on this. And I guess I'm going to have to try this on stream here before I let everyone go for the evening so that I can go and enjoy this on my own. But I'll let chat check out what we got going here. I made this dough from scratch in the beginning of the stream. So, cheers, chat. That is delicious. I got lots of pepper with that first bite. And just a little bit of a cheese pull. Cheese balls. However, unfortunately, chat, this is where I do think we are going to be leaving it tonight. I want to thank all of you for joining in. Thank you so much for that raid, Miss Molly. Thank you for all those subs earlier in the stream. Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate your resub and the gifties. I'll be back here on, what is today? What is today? What day is it? Darn it, chat. Sunday. I'm going to be back on Tuesday. So on Tuesday is going to be, I'm still following national holidays apparently here. So Tuesday I'm going to be following National Guacamole Day. Except instead of just making guacamole, I'm going to be making fried guacamole. See how that turns out. Try frying guacamole. So that's going to be our stream on Tuesday. Wednesday, I get the ingredient challenge as usual. The vote's looking in Discord like it's going to be carne asada. If you want to have your say, you can join in the Discord and have your say on what I have to cook dinner and dessert using on Wednesday. And yeah, we're going to have, and then on Friday, we're going to have our barrel-aged cocktail. The people who are supporting the stream have say in a monthly project. This month, I'm making a barrel-aged cocktail in this cutesy little barrel. So that's going to be Friday. So you only got a couple more days to join in on that. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I don't know how many times I've just said that, but, you know, apparently it hasn't been enough. I hope you all have a lovely evening. I hope to see you all back here on Tuesday evening, 4:30 Pacific, U.S. time. Good night.